The pandemic has resulted in fundamental changes to the business environment, many of which are here to stay. These have led to dramatic shifts in the risk landscape. Those risks remain prevalent in 2021 as the world continues to fight against COVID-19. However, there have been some positive takeaways. 2020 has geared us up with key learnings on building resilience and how to optimize insurance practices in the new normal. One such lesson is the need to conduct regular evaluations of your risk and insurance plans to allow timely mitigation of critical vulnerabilities. So joining us today is Craig Paterson, our Regional Specialty Leader for MENA from Marsh Advisory, to give us some of the latest insights on what aspects manufacturers can look at to evaluate their insurance program. Hi Craig, thanks for being here.
Oh, hi, thanks for having me. It's great to be speaking to you today.
Fantastic. So to get right into it, Craig, why is a thorough evaluation so important right now?
Well, it's a good question, and I think there's two key components to it. The first one is obviously the situation we're in at the moment with COVID. People are in a very different situation than they were 12 months ago. Changes in operations, changes in markets, suppliers, activities, etc. So from a company perspective, it's important to consider what's happening in your business and how it's changed and how that impacts on your insurance. The second thing is what we're calling the transitioning of the insurance markets at the moment. There are considerable changes around pricing, coverage availability, and those types of things. So you need to consider what is it you can buy, what do you want to buy, and what should you be buying in relation to your changing operations for the new normal.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So COVID-19 and the transitioning markets have made it more important than ever to conduct these evaluations. And when we're looking at this in particular, what aspects should businesses be looking at during these evaluations?
Well, I guess, again, I see three key components to it. So the first component is really your cash flow. Many companies are struggling or having difficulties with cash flow at the moment, and that is understandable. So the question is, how much can you actually afford to spend? And when you know what your budget is, then you know, well, what coverage can I buy, what should I buy, and how does it relate to your appetite to risk and also your existing risk exposures. In order to take those risk exposures, you should also be looking at your asset values. Have you got the most up-to-date values? Are you looking at it from a replacement perspective from insurance rather than looking at a book cost on your accounting, and making sure with any changes in your operations that those assets are included, or in certain instances, and in fact a number of instances, those assets are no longer included. Therefore, do they really need the same level of insurance? And then finally, and one of the big things that underwriters in the market are looking at is, what is your resiliency? How capable are you of recovering from the next potential grey or black swan, so that they know what plans, procedures and processes you have in place. If you take those three into consideration, then you will definitely be in a much stronger position to negotiate the right insurance contracts.
That's great. So if I'm hearing you correctly, it's cost versus cash flow and the ability to spend. It's ensuring the accuracy of your insured values, and it's building resiliency and potential for recovery following an event like another lockdown or pandemic. That's great. And well, I guess naturally that leads us on to, Craig, what should be the next step for companies wanting to conduct such an exercise?
Well, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And the next step really for any organization is speak to your professional risk advisor. Take counsel from them, explain your situation, explain your limitations and your expectations. And their role is to help you procure what you believe and what they believe they can get the proper insurance from you. Professional advice is out there. If we say one thing to all our clients and prospects, get involved. That can help you in all aspects of insurance purchase.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Craig. I know you and the team have been doing some great work with our clients in this space, and we appreciate you taking the time to be with us today.
Sure, no problem, and it's great to speak to you. And as we always say, stay safe.
Thanks, you too.
All right, bye.